Hi, I'm Louise. I spent years faffing around in the gym on the cross trainer with no real idea what I was doing. So today I'm going to teach you 5 dumbbell exercises that I think every woman should know and do regularly. Bear with me a little bit because I am the videographer, editor and camerawoman today, so the angles might be a little bit sketchy, but we'll do our best. Okay, my first pick is the goblet squat. So you just need one dumbbell. I'm going to run and grab one. You're going to pop the dumbbell somewhere around about your chest there. Pull your shoulders back, and then I want you to sit. Let me just see, you can see my feet. Down in between your feet. Now, if you imagine you're out in the woods and you need to have a little nature wee, and you don't want to get wee on your shoes, this is kind of the position you want to end up in. If you can't get down this low because your hips don't allow it, your knees hurt, your heels won't stay on the floor, that's absolutely fine. And then from there, you're just going to stand back up, sit yourself down into that position, stand back up. If you can get to about here and back up, you're doing just fine. So from the front, you want to drive your knees out, keep your heels on the floor, stand yourself back up. Nothing complicated, but if you are struggling to hit that depth, or you're struggling to know where to stop, if you've got a chair, a bench, a stool, let me just use a box as an example. So, box that's about knee height, you're gonna pop. So you just want it to just sit just behind your knees. You can then pop that dumbbell back to your chest, sit yourself on the box, stand yourself back up, down to the box, stand back up. And if the weights are too heavy that you've got, just use body weight. So down, back up. And once you find that that's quite easy, then you can add your weight. Okay, number 2. So we're gonna move into an upper body exercise now. So either you can use a press up here, or you can do something called a dumbbell floor press. So if you're gonna do a floor press, it's gonna look a little bit like this. So you're gonna grab your 2 dumbbells. Don't know why I put them back really. So you got one in each hand. You're gonna pop yourself down on the floor. Hopefully you can still see me from there. Pop the dumbbells at kind of a 45-degree angle to your shoulders. So you look like an arrow, not like a T. And then from there, you're gonna push the dumbbells up. You're not gonna bash them together. And I want you to create a little bit of tension at the top, like you've got an imaginary tennis ball between your 2 dumbbells. Then you're gonna lower your elbows down. Your elbows are gonna touch the floor. Then you're gonna go straight back up. I'll spin around so you can see it from the other angle, so you can see where my arms are. Hopefully you can still see, but the camera's behind me now, so I've got no idea. So from there, squeeze them at the top, but without touching. And that is exercise number 2. Right, number 3. We're going to stick with the upper body theme and we're going to do a single arm dumbbell row. Now you can do this with 2 dumbbells if you've got it. If you have a selection of dumbbells, you probably want to choose like your heavier sort of weights. So I'll show you how to do both. So if you've got one singular heavier dumbbell, you're going to pop yourself into like a long stance and lean on your knee. Now you don't have to lean on your knee. You could grab a box or you could lean on a chair like the sofa or anything, just to give you that little bit of stability, because what I want here is you to stay really tight through your tummy muscles so that you're not twisting around. So you're staying in this nice solid posture. Your dumbbell's going to sit by your foot, and then you're going to pull it back like you're trying to pull it into your hip. So we're trying to get these muscles working. So you're going to go from there, you're going to pull up, squeeze your back muscles, down to the floor. If you keep that movement nice and steady, after a few reps, you should start to be able to feel it here. If you can't feel it here, just think about where your shoulder is. Think about keeping your shoulder down in that position. And make sure you're not all scrunched up in your neck. So from the other side, what that looks like is this. So your dumbbell's going to be by your foot. You lean yourself forward onto your knee. And you're going to pull up and back. If you can't feel it straight away, don't worry. Back muscles are notoriously hard to get your brain to think about. So that would be a single arm dumbbell row. If you're going to do it with 2 dumbbells, so say you've got 2 lighter dumbbells, doing a lot of walking away from the camera here, but my apologies. You're going to have 1 dumbbell in each hand. You bend yourself forward a little bit, and then you're going to pull up and back, exactly the same sort of movement, but with 2. The only thing I would say about that is if you struggle with like lower back pain and stuff, that might not be a great place to start. The single arm row, because you're a little bit supported, might be a better spot. Okie doke, we're moving on. Exercise 4. Back to lower body stuff. So we're going to do something called a reverse lunge. Now, I'm going to show you to start with without weight, and I'm going to show you the 2 different options for how you can hold your weight, just because people prefer different things, and sometimes like learning to lunge can be a little bit difficult. So I would always opt as a beginner to go for a reverse lunge for 2 reasons. 1, because it gets your bum muscles a little bit in your hamstrings, and 2, because it's a little bit more knee friendly than trying to land. Sorry, I shouldn't have clapped there. Trying to land heavy on your front foot. The deceleration as you go back is a little bit nicer. So you want to stand with your feet slightly wider than you probably think. And I want you to think about imagining you've got like train tracks running under each foot, because that will help massively with your balance. So as you step back, you want to stay on this train track kind of vibe, and then you're going to take your knee down as close to the floor as you can get it, and then step back. And then you're going to step the other way. So I don't want your knees to crash into the floor. I want you to try and control it, and I want you to get as far down as you can. Hopefully you can see how close my knees get to the floor. So you are just going to graze the floor with it, and then stand back up, swap legs, keeping on that train track thing. Don't stare at the floor, because that tends to cause people to wobble. So if you stare straight ahead of you, nice big steps back, and keep that foot width position all the way through, so you're not trying to, you know, like do the drunk walk that the police would make you do to test whether you've had too much drink. And if you're going to use some dumbbells, so you can just use 1 dumbbell to start with. It depends how heavy the dumbbells that you've got are. So you can take this 1 dumbbell and hold it in that same position that we did for our squat. So in this goblet position, and then lunge back, and then back up. So that would work just fine. Or if you've got 2 slightly lighter dumbbells and you want to add a little bit more load, you can grab 2 littler dumbbells, hold them 1 in each hand. So long as you've got these dumbbells, it's not causing you loads and loads of collapse forward, that's absolutely fine. So squeeze your shoulders back, nice big step, knee down to the floor, or as close as you can get it, and then back forward. So from the front, your dumbbells can stay there. You're trying to keep your chest up tall. So imagine you've got like a logo on your shirt and you're trying to show it to the wall ahead of you. Don't look down at the floor, because that'll cause you to wobble a little bit. But that would be your reverse lunge. Exercise 5, last of the dumbbell exercises that I think you should probably start with. I'm going to teach you a dumbbell Romanian deadlift, or RDL for short. So you will have 2 dumbbells for this. Again, if you've got dumbbells that are too heavy, you could probably make it work with 1. And if you're struggling, by all means, drop me a message and I will help. So, assuming you've got 2 dumbbells, you are going to hold 1 in each hand, because holding 2 in 1 hand would be ridiculous, Louise. You are going to squeeze back through your shoulders, and you're going to plant your feet, again, by hip width sort of distance on the floor. You're going to send your bum back. You're going to keep the dumbbells nice and close to your legs, and you are going to bend your knees a little bit, but not loads. You're going to keep back through those shoulders until you can feel your hamstrings, which are the muscles on the upper part of your legs at the back. So you're going to slowly go down, stop when you feel your hamstrings start to stretch, up and squeeze your bum forward, down and back, up and squeeze. So from the front, you're going to get a stupid angle right down my shirt, I think. So shoulders back, chin tucked in, nice and steady. So, hamstrings are these. You should feel them stretch in that sort of position. Now, what you will find is if your dumbbells are too heavy and they pull your shoulders right forward, you'll be able to get much, much further down without feeling your hamstrings. So if your dumbbells are too heavy and you just want to practice the movement without, you can squeeze your shoulders back, keep all of the weight, or keep as much of your weight in your heels as you can, and go to that position until you feel some tension down here. up and squeeze forward. And again, you can probably do it with one dumbbell, or I have done it with one dumbbell. So you can hold one dumbbell there, keep the weight in between your feet, drive yourself back up that way. Okay, that is the 5 exercises that I think you should know if you're training at home with just one set of dumbbells and need something to do. If you need any more help, feel free to message me, WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, wherever. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe and I will keep making them.